Hello best friends. Now you guys mean a whole lot to me and I'm extremely fortunate to have you all in my life. Now I know this may sound really lame and cliched and potentially even untrue, but I very much doubt that you realise just how much of an effect you've had on my life. So allow me to explain. This is my YouTube story and you guys play a pretty major role. It all started at a particularly low point in my life. I had just graduated from university, but instead of feeling full of potential and ready to take the world by storm, all I really had on my mind was a huge amount of pressure to make massive life-changing decisions about what I wanted to do and who I wanted to be for the rest of my existence. And I'm aware that I'm not the only one, especially as now the academic year has come to an end. Many of you who are now set free into the big boy world will probably be feeling this exact same pressure on you right now. And it really does suck, but I don't think I dealt with this pressure at all well. You see, usually for me, I have a plan and a goal and I know exactly what I'm doing next and it keeps me focused. But in this case, I just had no idea what was to come next in my life and I panicked and I got quite miserable. In the end, I decided to go back to university and applied for a master's. However, these things aren't cheap, so I took a year out to earn some money. During this year, my brother and Tan, who was then my girlfriend, who of course now is my fiance, said, let's go travelling to Thailand and Australia. And I figured, got nothing else going on, so why not? At this point, Tan was really getting into making her videos too, and one day she decided to make me into Edward Cullen. Now, if you've seen this video, you can tell that I was very, very nervous, but I also secretly really enjoyed it too. In fact, every minute or two I would refresh the comments page just to see if anything new was written about me. And it kind of sparked something in me. In fact, based on this, Tan and my sisters, who also have a YouTube channel called Pixie Woo, encouraged me to start my own channel so I could focus on something more constructive. So I created my YouTube channel and I made 1 or 2 videos, most of which I have since deleted because they are horrifically embarrassing, but I used it as a hobby to keep me sane. In fact, I enjoyed it so much that I decided I would take my camera travelling with me to document for myself and anyone else who was interested my experiences of travelling the world and riding elephants and eating Thai food and being a beach bum in Australia. However, unfortunately, between the awful internet, my dodgy camera and being flooded in sewage water in Koh Samui for over a week, I didn't get as much done as I planned. When I arrived back home, I realised that not much at all had changed. I still didn't know what I wanted to do, but it was all made a little bit easier by my newfound internet friends who actually cared about what I had to say. By the time I started university again, my channel, although still minuscule, had become my pride and joy, and I loved doing it so much. As it grew, it began to get very difficult to fit both university and YouTube into my diary. On the one hand, I had uni that would offer opportunities to progress and go into a well-paid, stable career, but on the other, I had YouTube that I really loved, and I didn't want to let it go. It was a very difficult decision to make, but in the end, I chose to do what made me happy rather than what arguably was the more sensible decision. But it turns out that happiness is a million times more important than any amount of money out there, and I have you guys to thank for teaching me that. I was putting far too much pressure on myself to make decisions about things that I didn't even know because I didn't know what the possibilities were. At this point, I decided to focus on my channel, and ever since then I've been 100% committed to it. And I'm lucky enough that it really has grown. There are now quite a few of you who watch me. You see, the thing is about YouTube is that it really is the people who watch who make the YouTuber what they are. Without you guys watching and liking and thumbsing up and commenting and tweeting and Facebooking and everything else you do, none of the things that I've had the opportunities to do would have come my way. This video is getting much deeper than I intended. For example, I would never have been introduced to some of my incredible friends, or gone to America for VidCon or Playlist, or gone on the red carpet next to some of the most famous people in the world, or got sprayed by a fire hose, or jumped out of a plane, or nearly learnt to juggle, or gone down this water slide, or played laser tag, or learnt to hula hoop, or take part in any of the other spectacular opportunities I've been involved with. Your support really has changed my life. I really am hoping that if you continue to support me the way you have been, that this is only the beginning and we can keep aiming higher. And of course, wherever I go, you guys get to come too, and I already have a few plans. So once again, thank you. And if there's any advice I can leave you with, it's not to put too much pressure on yourself. You need to go out there and experience things to find out what you like. And once you find it, hang on to it. Being happy is sensationally underrated. Anyway, on a much lighter note, how would you like to hang out with myself, or Zoe, or Patricia, or Alfie? Now, I know this is very late notice, but as you all know, we are working with NCS and we are travelling the country to towns and cities quite possibly near you on a talent tour bus. On the 1st, that is tomorrow, the day after this video is published, so panic stations people, Zoe and I will be in Croyd in North Devon. On the 4th, Patricia will be in Nottingham. On the 6th, Alfie will be in Blackpool, and on the 8th, I will be in Newcastle. If you're in those areas and you feel like coming, I'll put a link down there to the NCS Facebook page so you can find out everything you need to know. I would love to see you, and I give really good hugs, so come along. That's everything I have to tell you. Thank you so much for watching me, and I will see you next week.